Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Inner Views, where we meet the people behind the businesses and the brands. And today I am super excited to be speaking to Denise and Neil Glazer Jones, who have a very unique business and a very successful one. So I'm very excited to hand over. Denise, please will you tell us more about your business and how you started it?
Thanks, Melanie. I just wanted to also do a quick thank you to you for giving us this amazing opportunity. So basically what we do at Caring Candies is we manufacture candy and chocolate, but without any nasty stuff. So no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, colorants, flavorants, preservatives, none of that stuff. We use all natural substitutes for our ingredients. And oh gosh, how we started. Okay, so sorry, I'm nervous. So we started 17 years ago. Neil at the time was an accountant. I was a web designer. We had no knowledge of manufacturing, no knowledge of candy production, none of that. And I was put on a really restricted eating plan by my homeopath. And amongst other things, it restricted sugar, dairy, gluten. And at the time, there was nothing that I could eat that made me feel like I was having a guilt-free treat and that didn't affect me negatively. Everything that I had was packed with artificial sweeteners or colorants, and I got hideous headaches, and I just didn't feel well about it. I didn't feel well when I was on this eating plan, and I was supposed to be feeling amazing. So we started investigating, what are we putting in our bodies? How is what we're putting in our bodies affecting our health? And we started really doing research into it. And we started looking at what was available in the market, and we saw a massive need for healthy, sugar-free, gluten-free products that were not filled with all the artificial stuff. And of course, because there was nothing available, we started looking at what would be involved with making something like that available. So that was what started it, and that was 17 years ago. At the time, Neil developed the recipe in consultation with several health food business owners, and we spoke with dietitians, we spoke with specialists that work with diabetics, we learned about the glycemic index of foods, and we started getting some flavors manufactured for us that would be not just tasty, but functional as well. So we had a great idea. We thought, well, what if we could make a product that wasn't just healthy and delicious, but it actually was good for you? So we started looking at really unique flavors like ginger, which is very useful for constipation, digestion, nausea, travel sickness. There was lavender, which is good for high blood pressure, the licorice, which is good for low blood pressure. And he developed some flavors together with some flavor houses. And then we found a contract manufacturer which approached with our concept. But we said to them, these are the ingredients we want you to use, and we supplied the ingredients, and we also supplied them with the recipe. And we worked with them for what now? You can jump in
3 or 4 years, but then we outgrew them. So we couldn't get the time we needed, so we decided it's time that we do it ourselves.
We needed to manufacture. It wasn't something Neil and I ever wanted to do. We never ever saw ourselves as owning a factory, doing production, manufacturing. Never in a million years did we foresee that would be our future.
It was a typical situation. If you want something done right, do it yourself.
Need to take over, and we've expanded and expanded and expanded. And what started off with just candy, now we're doing candy and chocolate. And everybody's nagging us for gummy sweets, and that would be another whole facility altogether. But yeah, so we worked with a contract manufacturer for the first couple of years until we started doing it on our own. That was that was a big step
Yes.
for us to acknowledge, okay, this is something we need to do and commit to it. Because in the food manufacturing industry, there's so many regulations that you
Mm.
have to comply with and abide with, and there's auditing that happens, and it's a huge thing for somebody to commit to all those procedures and policies and regulations that you're actually going to follow them, and you're going
Mm.
to follow them correctly, and you're going to do it the right way. So
Mm.
that really was a big step for us. Neil said that we got the health inspector to come and look at the first facility that we ourselves were going to take over. We didn't know what the rules were because we'd never had our own facility. You know, this the contract manufacturer, he had all the HACCP in place. We didn't know anything about HACCP. So we had to learn very, very quickly. And we've been very blessed because the health department have worked very closely with us to help us get food safety recognized, food safety approved. Your premises itself has to be certified as acceptable to
Yes.
manufacture
Yes.
food. So we've got a great relationship with the department. They trust that we'll do what they tell us needs to be done. So that was always been very nice. We rather work with the departments and and do it properly the right way.
I mean,
So we're in our third production facility, and we're kind of outgrowing this one as well. And if we were to do gummies, which we'd love to in the future, we'd absolutely have to move out of here. We don't have space for the machinery that's required for something like that.